Hello everyone, welcome to this thrilling tale. Our hero's beloved car was stolen, ridiculous and embarrassing. He firmly decided to make a name for himself here, so he walked into a bar to seek help from a lady, only to be ignored. The lady gave him a life lesson, telling him not to snatch clients before becoming powerful enough. This was definitely something he expected. This lesson was something he would remember for a lifetime. Before leaving, she dropped some info, saying Xi Jinping's pals are named Lenny and Leo. Subtitles: the next day, My G sought Buddy Big Head finding powerful figures. Big Head said they were easy to find. However, they don't come cheap. But for the sake of getting his stolen car back, he didn't care much about the price. The local boss, who smelled business, immediately agreed, and learning it was Lanny and Leo, led them straight to Lanny's place. Leo is quite the character. Looks like they need some professionals for this job. Boss took out his gun, ready to make a scene. Subtitles: but unexpectedly, right at this very moment, our hero got shoved against the wall, and the next second, the door swung open. Boss burst in and they pinned the guy down. Boss grabbed the baseball bat, ready to give him a little hug. Our protagonist quickly intervened, trying to ask Lenny his way, but the other party completely ignored him. Just then, Leo knocked on the door, and they quickly covered his mouth to prevent things from escalating. Leo thought he wasn't home. After waiting a bit, Leo left, and Boss lost his patience too, vowing to teach this kid a lesson. Shrieks of agony echoed from inside, and the stolen car finally escaped the grasp of the thieves. But seeing the money, Boss actually planned to pocket it all, totally ignoring the two, flashing a grin as he left. The man was fuming inside but powerless, just watching him take away his cash, helpless. After returning home, he drank in solitude, feeling darker inside until he asked for a gun. Aunt turned to grab one for him, but Uncle stopped her, earnestly telling his nephew that if he takes a gun, he must be ready for anything. He sternly added that if you pull the trigger and hesitate, there's only one dark path to walk down. Our hero understood Uncle's good intentions, but to change his fate, he was willing to take any risk. Thus he got his first weapon from Uncle, and from that day on, he began his new journey. The next day, they arrived at Boss Turf, determined to reclaim what was rightfully his. As soon as he walked in, he saw his car being used to buy a new ride. Infuriated, he pulled out his gun and marched inside. Cunning Big Boss simply refused, but didn't hassle him. Just asked him to pay back what he owed. As he left, he kindly handed him a shovel, telling them to clean up the trunk and reminded them to bury it deep so the wolves wouldn't sniff it out. Little did he know he was getting involved with the mob. Soon, they drove to the desert, but not long after, they heard noise from the trunk. The trunk was alive. Lenny had woken up, and both were buzzing with nerves, so our hero blasted music to lighten the mood. But unexpectedly, Lenny wrecked the back seat. Big Head nervously pulled the trigger, but missed completely. Subtitles: so, the two of them were violently ejected from the car by Lenny. Host immediately took the opportunity to counterattack, but there was no trace of Lenny's body to be found. Following the blood trail, they moved forward, finally spotting the target an hour later. Our hero regretted ever messing with this kid. The kid begged for another chance, looking all hopeful. Subtitles: Mike gave him a single opportunity, and it was only this one time. After returning, Mike traded in Sam Bale's car along with his motorcycle. Finally gathered enough to settle the debt. He swiftly returned the cash to Big Whitehair and earned his trust. Big Guy didn't find this strange at all. Instead, he felt a bit regretful. However, My G walked out of the mansion, completely unconcerned. Could he truly walk away unscathed? That day, Uncle hosted a wild party. Everyone gathered, but Big Head brought him a partner. The partner wanted to expand their empire, but our guy had turned over a new leaf, wishing to live a calmer life. But then something happened that turned everything upside down. Uncle lit fireworks on the roof, and cops came knocking. Someone reported gunfire on the roof. The lady explained it was just fireworks, but the officers refused to listen and burst hot-headed. Our hero couldn't stand their arrogance and ended up getting punched by the cops, suddenly realizing a lot. When I was acting as a good guy, I was bullied by bad guys, and now that I've turned bad, I'm being punished by the good. He despised the unfairness of the world and vowed to be the baddest of them all. And so, after tonight's experience, his fate changed forever, walking down a one-way street. As the farce ended, our hero and his gang sat on the rooftop chatting. After much thought, he told them it couldn't go on like that. The next day, they snagged 4 kilos of the goods from the boss, but at the bar, the lady just needed 2 kilos. Confused, he exclaimed that it was top-notch stuff. The lady advised him to make money elsewhere. He knew it was because he wasn't strong enough, so he secretly resolved to build a reliable sales network. To achieve that, he consulted Uncle on how to establish sales channels. Subtitles, but then Uncle told him a story which revealed the real reason why he had always avoided dealing with Flyo. Our hero was unwilling to just play small in the community, so Ant suggested he check out Nice to lay the foundation for his future. Uncle asked him to recount the tales of the city, attempting to curb his ambitions.